The first day at Helion Interstellar Academy was supposed to be the kind of event students bragged about for the rest of their lives. It was the most prestigious learning institution in the Orion sector, a place where young minds trained to become diplomats, scientists, and ambassadors to dozens of worlds. But no one was talking about the curriculum that morning. Everyone whispered about her. Princess Vyrella Serelune, heir to the Kaerathi Dominion, one of the most powerful empires in known space. Her species, the Kaerathi, were tall, silver-skinned, luminous-eyed beings whose abilities made most humans uneasy. Some called them majestic. Others called them monsters. But one thing was certain. Everyone feared Vyrella. Stories followed her like shadows. Stories of telepathic meltdowns, lethal energy bursts, and Kaerathi warriors who could disintegrate attackers with a thought. Of course, no one had proof. But rumors didn't need proof. Not for fear to grow. I was just trying to not get lost. My name is Elias Ward, scholarship student, human, painfully average height, painfully average grades, at least by Helion standards. Humans were still relatively new to the interstellar community, and we were known for curiosity, adaptability, and the troublesome tendency to ask too many questions. That's probably why I walked straight into trouble. The first encounter. When I entered the Academy dining hall, every alien species imaginable filled the air with chatter, clicking, hissing, humming, vibrating. Tables floated, shifting to accommodate different body types. Holographic menus shimmered above serving stations. But one entire table, an enormous crystalline structure, remained completely empty. And at its center sat Vyrella. Her silver-blue skin reflected the hall's lighting like liquid metal. Intricate markings glowed faintly across her cheeks, bioluminescent patterns unique to Kaerathi nobles. Her long white hair was braided with tiny stardust beads that pulsed in rhythm with her heartbeat. She ate alone. Not one student dared sit beside her. As I navigated past tables where species of every shape and size gathered, a human girl from my dorm bumped into me. "Hey, don't even think about going near her," she hissed. "You see that? Everyone knows the rule. Stay away from the Kaerathi Princess." I wasn't thinking about sitting there. I lied.
Good.
Some say she accidentally melted her cousin when she was 12. Melted. Or vaporized. Depends on which gossip chain you follow. Humans loved dramatizing alien abilities, even ones we didn't understand. I shrugged. Maybe she's just shy. She stared at me as if I had lobsters for eyebrows. Shy? Elias, that's Vyrella Serelune.
Her people don't get shy.
They get explosive. Before I could respond, a clattering noise echoed behind me. I turned too late. Someone bumped my tray, launching my drink straight across the floor. I stepped back and tripped over someone's tail. Suddenly,
wham!
My entire tray hit the empty crystalline table with a crash that echoed across the hall. The hall went silent, and Princess Vyrella turned her head, slowly, gracefully, until her glowing eyes locked on me. For a moment, she didn't move, and neither did I. Every student watched with horrified fascination. Then something impossible happened. She spoke. "You dropped this," she said softly, lifting the edge of the tray with one elegant hand. Her voice was melodic, calm, nothing like the rumors. Yeah.
Sorry.
I wasn't aiming for your table," I stammered. A faint smile touched her lips, barely noticeable, but real. "I know. Humans rarely aim for anything," she said, tone gentle rather than mocking. Then she used a small telekinetic gesture to steady the tray in front of me. I swallowed hard. "Thanks." She studied me for a long, unnerving moment. Students held their breath. Then, in the most shocking moment of the entire day, Vyrella gestured to the empty seat beside her.
"Sit," she said.
You could have heard a plasma pin drop. Every pair of eyes widened. And before I could even think, I did. The table everyone feared. The hall erupted in whispers as soon as my butt hit the seat. Why him? What does she want with a human?
He's dead.
He's absolutely dead. Vyrella ignored all of it. She folded her hands neatly. Why did you not fear approaching me? I blinked. Should I? According to the others, yes. Humans are usually skittish. I just don't think anyone deserves to eat alone, I said before my brain could stop me. Her eyebrows lifted. Even if they are dangerous? That's a rumor. Her glowing markings brightened, a Kaerathi expression I couldn't yet decode. Humans, she murmured, are curious creatures. And Kaerathi, I replied, are more than the rumors say. Something shifted in her gaze, a softening, a flicker of surprise. You speak as though you know us. I don't, I admitted. But I don't judge someone based on cafeteria gossip. She tilted her head. A rare perspective. We ate in silence for a few minutes, but it wasn't awkward. It felt natural. At least to me. The rest of the hall stared like they were witnessing a ritual sacrifice. After a moment, Vyrella leaned slightly toward me. Would you like to know why they fear me? I hesitated. Only if you want to tell me. She gazed down at her hands, her voice barely above a whisper. Because I am not like them. There was something in her tone, loneliness, perhaps, that cut deeper than any rumor.
Her secret.
That evening, I found myself walking the Academy's botanical ring, a circular garden suspended in a transparent dome. Glowing plants from every corner of the galaxy swayed in artificial breezes. I didn't expect Vyrella to find me there, but she did. Elias. I turned. She stood at the entrance, hands clasped behind her back. You left quickly after the midday meal, she said. I had orientation, I lied. Truth was, the staring was getting to me. She approached me slowly, her movements almost floating. You are uncomfortable around me?
No.
I mean, not you. Just the attention. She nodded with understanding. Kaerathi are accustomed to attention. Humans less so. I'm not good with being a spectacle. Vyrella stopped beside a glowing crystalline tree. Its branches refracted light like prisms. You are the first student to sit with me, she said. The first to speak to me. The first to look at me without fear. Her eyes lowered. It is unfamiliar. I frowned. Why are they so afraid? Vyrella hesitated. Then she held out her hand. Silver energy gathered at her palm, swirling gently. A small sphere of light, beautiful rather than threatening. This is Kaerathi power, she said. Most believe it exists only for destruction. But it can also heal, create, mend. The sphere brightened, then faded. I cannot fully control it. Not yet. That is the truth. My breath caught. So, the rumors? Some are exaggerated, she said. Some are not. Her voice tightened. When I was younger, I hurt someone by accident. My cousin. The incident spread through royal courts, then across planets. They believe I am dangerous. Are you? Her eyes widened in shock, not at the question, but I realized at my calmness. No, she whispered, but I am afraid of becoming so. I stepped closer. Then let someone help you. You, she asked softly. If you'll let me, I said. Her markings glowed faintly, warmly this time. A growing friendship. Over the next weeks, something strange happened. Vyrella and I became inseparable. She waited for me at meals. She met me after classes. She sat beside me during lectures, sometimes levitating her notebook instead of writing in it. We studied together, walked the botanical ring together, laughed, yes, she laughed with me. and the rumors only grew louder. Every time she used her abilities, even in harmless ways, students flinched or cleared entire corridors. Some reported her to faculty for unstable displays. Others whispered that she had bewitched me, but she ignored them. And so did I. Vyrella revealed more about her culture, how Kaerathi royalty were trained to master their energy, how the pressure on her was suffocating, how she felt like she was born into a cage made of expectations. I told her about Earth's messiness, human creativity, our habit of stumbling into friendships by accident. She liked that. "You humans trip into everything," she once said, amusement in her eyes. "Even into my life." "Best clumsy decision I've ever made," I said. She didn't respond, but her markings glowed. The night everything changed. Midterm season hit the academy like a meteor storm. Students stayed up late in the study halls, and the campus buzzed with stress. One night, as Vyrella and I reviewed xenopolitical treaties, a group of students approached, 3 Korthans and a human boy. Their leader, a tall Korthan with blade-like spines along his neck, glared at us. "Elias," he sneered, "why don't you leave her alone? She's dangerous." I stood. "Back off." He laughed. "Look at the human defending his mistress. Pathetic." My fists clenched. "She's done nothing to you. She doesn't need to. Her kind destroys by existing." Before I could stop them, they pushed forward. Instinctively, I stepped in front of Vyrella.
She gasped.
"Elias, don't." But one of the Korthans shoved me hard. Vyrella's hands trembled. Her markings flared bright. The air vibrated. "Stop," she cried, but fear distorted her power. Silver energy burst outward, uncontrolled. I braced for pain, but the blast curved around me instead, swirling like a protective shield. It hurled the bullies backward, knocking them off their feet. When the light faded, the hall was silent. Vyrella dropped to her knees, trembling. "I didn't mean, Elias, I'm sorry." I rushed to her. "You protected me. I lost control. You chose control. You directed it away from everyone. That wasn't an attack. That was you saving me." Her eyes shimmered. "You are not afraid?" "No," I sat beside her. "I trust you." Her hand trembled as I took it. For the first time, she didn't pull away. The princess makes a choice. The incident made headlines across the Academy network. Faculty summoned both of us. Students expected Vyrella to be reprimanded, exiled, or worse. But when the Academy Council reviewed security footage, they saw what I saw. Vyrella had protected me, not harmed anyone. And for the first time, they acknowledged the truth that the prejudice against her had spiraled out of control. Still, the rumors didn't stop overnight. Students avoided her more than ever. One morning in the dining hall, I walked in to find whispers everywhere. Vyrella sat, again alone. Until I approached. She looked up, startled. "You came. Why wouldn't I? You endured so much because of me."
Fear.
Isolation. Danger. It was my choice. She studied my face, searching for hesitation. Then, slowly, a soft luminous smile blossomed. "Then I choose too," she said. "Choose what?" She touched the seat beside her. "I choose not to sit alone anymore." I sat. This time, no tray accident, no awkwardness, just 2 people who refused to let fear dictate their worlds. Then something even stranger happened. One by one, other students began sitting at our table. First a timid human girl, then a quiet Dracian boy, then 2 Korthans who apologized for their species' earlier behavior. The table that had once been a dead zone slowly filled with voices. Vyrella's expression that day was something I'll never forget, a mixture of surprise, relief, and an emotion she rarely let anyone see.
Joy.
A new beginning. By the end of the semester, the academy had changed. Students approached Vyrella with curiosity instead of fear. She practiced her energy control openly, teaching others about Kaerathi culture. I watched her grow, not just in strength, but in confidence, trust, and connection. One evening, as we sat beneath the glowing starlit dome of the botanical ring, Vyrella turned to me. "Elias," she said softly, "you changed my life. You changed mine too." She hesitated, then intertwined her fingers with mine, carefully, gently. "Perhaps," she whispered, "destiny is not written by birth or power, but by who chooses to sit beside us." I squeezed her hand. "Then I'm glad you chose me." Her markings glowed brighter than I'd ever seen. And for the first time, the princess everyone feared was fearless herself.